Good evening there, everybody, or should I say good night, late night stream tonight. So obviously no one's going to be able to see me on Facebook because this evening I was nuked off Facebook totally. Obviously, I've been sharing some stuff on my Instagram, still up, still got YouTube streaming and others, but I've been sharing quite a bit over the last few days on Facebook, and they've decided to nuke my whole account. So I thought I'd do a quick update and just share, so anybody that's watching on YouTube or the Rumble app. Not sure if I'm back streaming to X yet, so we'll see. But I'm assuming that nobody's going to be able to. I had quite a bit of a following on Facebook, and was getting some viewers there, but I don't suspect I'm going to have anybody jump on. It is pretty late at night. Just wanted to do an update because I wasn't sure that I'll be able to do one over the weekend. I'll see what happens. But I just wanted to run through a couple of things that I did share just before my account got nuked. Now, I was commenting quite a bit, pushing back on Liberals trying to reinvent themselves under Angus Taylor. I've also been very critical of Labor still, and labelling them just of late as a socialist-leaning party, and people in my comments took offence to that a little bit as well. So, and said that they were going to report me and that, but whether or not that was the reason or not, might have been just critical and labelling them as socialist, which I mean isn't untrue at the end of the day. It was on their on their sites historically been known as a socialist, democratic socialist party. So yeah, but I don't know if that was the reason that I likely got nuked off there. But I just wanted to share a few things that I was sharing on Facebook before they nuked me, and I'm not sure if it would be related to that. But I just wanted to share one of them is a little bit of a clip that I did of a bigger presentation from Ivor Cummins. So I'm not sure if anybody's following him. A lot of people probably are that follow me probably are aware of Ivor's work. So just going to see if I can bring up his X account as well, and so I'm going to show you that so you can see if anybody may not be aware of him. Fat Emperor is also known as Fat Emperor. I'm just going to bring that up for you. Let's see. Let's bring that to stage. So this is his X account anyway, but he's also on YouTube and that as well. So I shared some content of his just recently, which is this Epstein release, a little bit of a video. So people want to check out that whole one there, they can obviously check that out. It's about 21 minutes, but I've got a couple of little clips from there. I haven't got the sound on there, that's why you can't hear that at the moment. But that's what I'm kind of referencing with a couple of little clips that I'm going to show you now. So I'm just going to play this. Hopefully I've got the sound sorted here as well. You can hear that as well.
But this is a classic released just yesterday from Sayer G. So I'm going to briefly go through it. This is the bombshell in the Epstein files, the blueprint for a 20-year financial architecture designed to turn pandemics into a profit center. Offshore vaccine funds, pandemic reinsurance triggers, donor-advised fund structures designed for profit under the cover of charity, simulation programs, remember Event 201A in 2019, career pipelines into pharma and the World Economic Forum, all built in the years before COVID-19, all running through Gates, JP Morgan and Epstein. We now have the documents. So let's have a look at the first bombshell. So Mary Erdoes, CEO of Morgan's $2 trillion asset management division, outlines a Gates-linked donor-advised fund. However, we should be ready with an offshore arm, especially for vaccines. So she got in with a convicted sex offender, juvenile trafficker, to start organizing for pandemic profiteering. And we all know what happened after. Let's go on. A bombshell too. So same email chain, and Epstein writing to them, detention is making money from a charitable org. Therefore, the money-making parts needs to be arm's length, right? So this architect of this structure, convicted of sex crimes against minors, is explicitly acknowledging that the vehicle is designed to generate profit under the legal cover of charity. Bombshell 3, 3 years before the COVID flu, Boris Nikolic, Bill Gates' chief science and technology advisor, emails Epstein and Gates about donor-advised funds and rights. It might be a great path forward for some key areas such as energy, pandemic, etc. These scamsters, look what they put us through. Pandemic listed like energy, a standing investment vertical, not an emergency, a portfolio strategy. All in the files. Bombshell 4, the parametric trigger. Swiss Re reinsurance team, we need to join developing health products, did one for pandemics, helped develop parametric trigger. A parametric trigger is a financial instrument that automatically pays out when a pandemic is declared, developed by someone in Epstein's career placement network. 6 months later, the World Bank issued its first ever pandemic catastrophe bonds, structured by Swiss Re with exactly these triggers. COVID flu was a listed peril. Bombshell 5, 5 years after Epstein's conviction, an agreement letter addressed to William H. Gates states that Gates specifically requested that Jeffrey Epstein personally serve as the representative of Boris Nikolic in Gates' organization. Gates waives conflicts of interest, provides broad indemnification in writing. He had access to every law firm, every advisor, every institution on earth. He chose a registered sex offender and put it on paper. This is big, guys. This is where COVID flu essentially came from, at least the worst parts of it. Now, the question you weren't supposed to ask, and I have to read this out. Nobody builds a fire station after the fire. What these documents reveal is a fire station built beside a factory that stores accelerants owned by the same people who wrote the building code. Patents, simulations, reinsurance triggers, offshore vehicles, career pipelines, all operational before the COVID flu. The question isn't whether they planned a pandemic. The question is what structural safeguard existed to ensure they didn't profit from one. And to close. So this is my root cause diagram. It's been very popular. Might put a link to it down below so you can discuss it in the pub. But the globalist utopia that the globalist banksters are aiming for many, many decades, there are many strategies they use, and they all have one common link. They all weaken society, and they make this into a cattle mart of the masses. And the whole Epstein thing and all the releases are simply explained. The globalist bankster class, the network in Tragedy and Hope, simply were using Epstein as an agent to ply weak people, greedy people, sociopathic people, and nasty-assed influencers, ply them with money, and politicians especially, ply them with money, trap them with money and success that could be given to them, doors opened, and if you could manage it, trap them in blackmail. But whatever, often when someone has taken the 40 pieces of silver and become successful from dealing with the devil, often those people will behave almost as if they're blackmailed. They're going to keep their mouth shut, and they're going to always support the hand that fed them. So everything rotten in our world today is A, largely orchestrated, not organic, and B, largely organized and driven by the network, of which Epstein was an agent and a highly successful one. And that explains all the reveals coming out in the Epstein files. So if you really want to know the true history of how we got here and this mess we're in, read Tragedy and Hope for free. It's at tragedyandhope.com. Free audiobook, free book, few hours read, and it'll give you from the 1800s right up to pretty much today what's actually going on in the world. And you'll fully understand Epstein after reading Tragedy and Hope.
So there you go, guys. That was just that's a couple of things that I shared and uploaded on Facebook, and not sure if that's what it was that got me shut out. But also, obviously, I did share links to joeplummer.com, his site. So if people are interested in finding out and reading this book that Ivor Cummins talks about. Obviously want to try and share it as much as I can if Facebook's nuked me for these sorts of things. I do note that second video I also uploaded to my TikTok account and that got flagged straight away as well. So, clearly there's stuff here that they don't want you to be looking at. So this will joeplummer.com, but the website, the link to that is tragedyandhope.info. Tragedyandhope.info, and that'll give you a link to the free book. You can go through, or you can link it to the YouTube channel, which has it like an audio book. So you can also go onto YouTube and listen to the audio books in their entirety there, which is a breakdown of the Tragedy and Hope 101 book. So that's what I've been uploading in the last sort of 24 hours, plus also been a bit critical in regards to Labor and Liberal, what's going on, and obviously pumping up One Nation's ties a little bit as well. So that's kind of what's been happening. So look, for now, I guess I'm really not sure if I really go back onto Facebook and go try and build up, the sort of, I was up around the 5.5, nearly 6,000 followers, which is not a lot compared to a lot of the bigger accounts. But clearly something's, they got the account got knocked down. I did a whole review, asked for them to have a look at my account. They've come back and said, no, we're not going to reinstate it. And obviously they don't give any reasons. They just said, I can't get onto my account anymore. Totally nuked. So I don't even know if I want to bother. A lot of people will say, well, Mark, why do you even bother going back on Facebook? We all try and get our information out as best we can. So, and also, obviously, website's going to be up and running soon, so I'll direct people there. Obviously, Rumble, anybody that might be watching here is not censored. Also, I'm not getting a lot of reach. I was getting a bit of for my live streams on Facebook, getting quite a few people on there. I'm reviewing my ex account stream there, yeah. So and obviously YouTube's. I'm not getting a lot of traction on YouTube just yet either. So, look, it's a very busy field out there. There's a lot of good commentators talking into a lot of good stuff. I'm trying to obviously stay relevant. Been doing some interviews just recently with Curly Smith and others, Judy Williman, obviously as well, Judy Wallerman and others. So been looking to try and do those interviews. Are going to continue to do that. Obviously, when the website's up and running, I'll be directing people more to there. I might see then about starting up a new page and seeing where I go from there. But I'll keep you posted on that. But at the moment, my X account is still active. It's just under review for the update under sufferance of pages to get for now. Get the blue check mark so I can stream, because unless I've got that, I can't stream to X. Whether people might say again that might not be worth it, who knows? But anyway, just trying to obviously stay relevant, try and get information out there to you guys as much as I can. And look, when it's not so late, I'll provide another a better update and talk into some of the things that I see in regards to the Angus Taylor leadership now, how that pans out in regards to being a proper opposition to Labor, and how that sits with One Nation and all that. So I'll be talking into that a little bit further from there. But anyway, if you happen to be watching this, happen to be getting this on Rumble, share it around, let people know that obviously you've been nuked off Facebook, and we'll see where we lead from here. Obviously, trying to still be relevant in this space. Want to try and get the conversations out there. Want to try and contribute in my little part. So anyway, take care, and God bless Australia. That's all for now.